From Caracas, Venezuela, this is From the South. My name is Reagan Devines. Foreign ministers from the Organization of American States have again failed to adopt a resolution on Venezuela after much wrangling over procedure. Two opposing resolutions were submitted to the vote on Monday, but neither received the required two-thirds majority. Venezuela has welcomed the defeat of what it sees as an attempt to intervene in its domestic affairs, led by the United States and its closest allies in the region.
Remain seized of the issue. We look forward to continuing the dialogue and continuing as an organization and as a member state in genuine, solid, good faith. We continue to extend our hand to the people of Venezuela and indeed to the government of Venezuela, looking for a pacific, a democratic salida, a solution for all the nation's problems.
Venezuela decided not to take part in the vote on Monday regarding the process as illegitimate. But a day later, the country's foreign minister has returned to the OAS assembly with what she says is a positive agenda.
The problem is that the agenda is one of intervention against Venezuela. It is an agenda that criminalizes the social politics in Venezuela. Why do they attack Venezuela? Because of its inclusive human rights. They attack Venezuela because when we look at the socioeconomic statistics and compare it with those countries who are trying to intervene in Venezuela, it is really immoral what is trying to be done against the country. We have come here with our people to provide information about our many human rights politics.
And in Venezuela's capital, Caracas, women demanded that their voices be heard as the country grapples with the loss of yet another youth in violent protests. A 17-year-old boy died on Monday. Angry Chavistas took to the streets to demand an end to the use of young people during opposition demonstrations. Thus far, over 70 people have died as a result of tensions between the government and opposition forces. There is, however, major concern that opposition leaders have lost control of elements of their support base that often initiate violence against the security services. Bolivian President Evo Morales launched the World People's Conference for a World Without Walls earlier this Tuesday in Cochabamba. The two-day conference aims to promote the creation of a world without borders and walls. Morales called for an end to anti-immigrant discrimination and respect for the rights of all people to the benefits of citizenship status. The Bolivian president also called for social movements around the planet to unite in the fight against capitalism.
Walls promote fear, confrontation, and racism. Brothers and sisters, walls run counter to the history of humankind. They distort science and knowledge. They imprison the soul and ignite hatred of difference. They drown freedom. No country ever triumphed by building walls. They only confirmed and prolonged their decadence.
FARC guerrillas in Colombia are beginning to hand over the final 40% of their weapons to the United Nations. President of Colombia, Juan Manuel Santos, said this key step in the peace process should be completed by next week.
60% of FARC members' weapons on the ground are now in the hands of the United Nations. Tomorrow, June 20th, the remaining 40% of these weapons will begin to be handed over nationwide.
The UN High Commissioner for Refugees, Filippo Grandi, says that displaced people deserve praise for their resilience and courage. While recognizing World Refugee Day, Grandi also indicated that those who receive refugees should also be recognized for welcoming them into their communities. According to the UNHCR, a record 65.6 million people worldwide were forced from their homes due to conflict or persecution by the end of 2016. And finally, soccer star Cristiano Ronaldo will testify in a case on July 31st, a case in which he is accused of hiding income from tax authorities. That's according to Spanish online newspaper El Confidencial. The Spanish prosecutor alleges that the Real Madrid forward had knowingly used a business structure to hide income from his image rights in Spain between the years 2011 and 2014. And there is more on these and other stories on our website, telesurtv.net/English. For TeleSUR English, I'm Reagan Devines.